Hey, Nathan.
Alright.
Welcome to our Fight Night Marshal debates. This is for our 1 million members. And welcoming our first candidate, or not. He just. But yeah, basically, this debate is going to be between all of our 4 market candidates. And welcoming our first candidate, Zay Atlantis.
Hey, Shu, is that your best mic?
Yeah, Shu, you might want to fix your mic.
I was gonna say.
I'm on my laptop right now.
Okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
Welcome, Jade.
And welcome our next candidate, Blade Master, also known as Dawson. And our next candidate, Lambo Player. And our final candidate, Bug.
All right. Welcome, everyone. We turn the music off.
Alrighty. Should we get started with our questions, or are there additional steps to start off with?
We could just start darting questions at them.
All right, amazing. So during this debate, you will be asked questions. Some of these questions will go through all of you. Some of these will be directed to a specific candidate. You will have a chance to respond to the other candidates if you feel they're blaming or slandering your name. Before we start the debate, I want to give each of you 30 seconds to introduce yourself and your history in C. And we'll go from left to right, starting with Jake.
All right. What's up, C Nation? My name's Jake Atlantis. I've been with this group for more than 5 years now. Started when C was in the original Discord. I have years of experience with this group, dedication, and I feel like I'd be a perfect fit for the Marshal slot. And that's it.
Amazing. And Blade.
Alright, my turn. Alright. Yo, what's up, boys? You probably know me as the rally host, usually, because I'm hosting the rallies like all the time. I try to give other people a chance, but yeah, let's see, history. I joined in like 2022, late 2022. Joined with Sergeant, grew up with Somali with him, went from the bottom all the way up. I was like like an LR1, MR4. Then I went all the way up to HR1, HR3, HC1, and then eventually HC3. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy having me around.
Lambo.
All right. I joined C in, I believe, August 2021. I first applied for the raid department, and then later transferred to patrol. Since then, I have ran for mod manager twice. I have, along with a few others, restored the patrol department. I also led my own division and hosted quite a few rallies about a year ago. Yeah, that's all.
And Bug.
Well, hello guys. I'm Bug. I've been in C for just under 5 years. I joined right kind of just before Navy Sim released. In C, I've been multiple department leads, started a division, just doing anything I could to help this group out. Love being here, and I'm excited to see what comes for the future.
Amazing.
Sweet.
Now,
You want us to start with
moving.
the first question, Shu?
I'll start with the first question.
Okay.
This is the question that's been on every trainee's mind. There's a big controversy in sea military ever since Die Zombie was elected Marshal and the Dogs channel was created. So we have to know, would you prefer cats or dogs? We'll start with you, Bug, for this one.
Oh, myself, I'm 100% for the dogs channel. I think all sorts of animals should be included. Dogs are great. I'm personally a dog person myself, but cats are also good as well too.
All right, then Lambo.
All right. Personally, I like all animals. I can't really say which ones I like more because I've interacted with them equally throughout my life. Though I do post a lot more cat gifs because I aren't a lot of dog gifs. So if we're basing it off of that, then I'd say I probably like cats more.
All right, then Dawson.
So I actually have 2 cats myself. I like cats and dogs both equally, but if I had to choose, I choose monkeys. We should open a monkey channel. I think that's what we should do. Get to monkey posting so we can
Interesting.
chimp out.
Okay, cool. And then Jay.
All right. I also love dogs and cats equally. I had 2 cats. I've had multiple dogs, but I love animals altogether. I also agree with Dawson on this one. Adding a monkey channel would be an amazing way to get a new channel up.
Amazing. Sweet. I'll turn it over to one of the marshals for the next question.
Well, he got Robbie Dolly's vote on that one.
Alrighty, so I got a question for you, Bug. So it's true that you live in the U.S., correct?
Correct.
All right. So is it true you flew all the way to Europe to go see Taylor Swift live in Europe?
Yes, that's true. No, so I didn't go just for me. I was taking my fiance to see Taylor Swift in Europe,
In France.
and I did stop in France too. But I'm not gonna lie, I got out of that place as soon as I could.
Alrighty, that is all for me.
All right, I'll rifle off a question or two. Um, we'll start this with Jake. So I'd say each marshal has their strong suits and see like what they're kind of known for. What would you say you are known for and see the most, or what people know you know the most about you and would rely on you to do? Like, for example, like leading raids, maybe you're more on the moderation side. What is it that makes you a great candidate for marshal in this regard?
um, I would say I'm more known for my development aspects. That and my gunfighting skills when it comes to defending seafront, and all around. I was trained in the development part dojo of Yummy Gigi, so I have all my skills and I have all of my intelligence uh, to him. And what I would bring to the marshal, or what I would bring to the table, is going back to Old Sea. I don't know if anyone was here for Old Sea. Um, we were a clan, and I want to do more planning with this group. I want to open not only sea lines to better clanners, but um, just opening the group so that we could expand our horizons past the sea average.
Okay. Dawson, same question. What are you like known for in C?
In
What's
C,
your strongest
um,
traits or things you do?
I love Trident 3. That's one. I love Trident 3. I love raiding other groups. If it's asking like what would I bring to the table,
Pretty
for
much, yeah.
one, my fellas, let me tell you something, bro. I know the struggle, the recruitment struggle, bro. There's literally like no one to recruit in Navy Sim. Okay? But the one thing that Navy Sim has is it's a border game. You know what we gotta do? We gotta hit up other border games, bro. We gotta go to all the border games, raid them, and recruit from there, and then scrim with their groups. It'll be great, bro. And if let me tell you something, I planned something like a weekly raid challenge. We target like a few border games, scrim with them, and then whoever raids them the most or wins the most with them, they'll get XP. All right. So not only can you progress, but you have fun raiding other groups. It'll be great, bro. It'll be great. Let's do it, boys.
All right. Lambo, you're up. Same question.
All right. I must say that I was mainly involved in moderation since I joined C, being picked as a chat janitor by Shaheen, later as a moderator by Aj and John, AJ, sorry, and later became C's first mod manager and then the fourth mod manager. I would say, well, being familiar with how moderation works in C would probably be my strong suit.
You the bug?
So what I'm known in C mostly for, it kind of depends on who you are in the group. If you're a lower rank that doesn't really participate much in the Discord, you'll probably know me more from admin events that I've done in Navy Sim before. But for the people who've been more involved, especially in the older C, it will be, I would probably mostly be known for running different departments, including the event committee at one point, tier list, and even being a ranking in division administration. A few things, something I could bring as a marshal would probably be more support, more ways for lower ranks to participate without having to go through divisions, just in the regular group itself.
Good answers. Any of the other marshals or Shu have any more questions?
I got some.
Sure. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so Lambo, I know that you're a European in American Eastern Coast server, which C military is. How do you think that will be a challenge to you being European compared to everyone else being from the US?
Well, I believe the US is like several hours behind, so the only conflict is that this is the thing I find most difficult is most things or most important things that happen in the server usually happen when I am asleep, and there's not much I can do about that. But I can do my absolute best as soon as I wake up to handle any dramas. Yeah. Nice.
And how would you say moderation is right now in C?
Well, as the server grows in size, it of course becomes much harder to moderate, and we're growing the moderation team. Every time we recruit new people, we do our best to help them understand how to moderate properly, and yeah.
Alrighty.
All
Two more.
right. Wait, hold on real quick. Do you guys hear something? Yo, cameras, pan over to the elevator.
Or does it smell bad?
Elevator pan. Someone's coming down the elevator. Send it down. AJ Donato.
I hate avocados.
He's joining late, so AJ, come take a seat.
I thought it was Gibby for a second.
All right. All right, we can continue. AJ just showed up a little late, guys.
All right. Amazing. I guess I have a question. So, for this debate, you all chose certain drip to wear on the podium. So, I want to have you guys explain the audience your drip and what you chose to wear to tonight's debate. We'll start with Dawson.
Me, what I chose to wear to my debate or this debate?
Yeah. Explain your
Well,
drip to the audience.
the drip. Well, it's a sea line fit first of all, so that's one thing. I just put on whatever I usually wear. Like you guys see me at rallies, I wear this all the time. There's no reason to change it.
And then we'll go to Jake.
All right. I have the Jesus Christ Save My Life shirt. Which is honestly a W shirt. I also have the sea lion pants on. And then I got the APOC one, the first APOC backpack, OG backpack. I got a vac, little guy with me, just because I am a clanner. I did go through the vac process, and I did make it all the way. But now I left vac, but to focus my efforts on not only sea military but snow corps as well. That's why you'll see also the frostbite bandana for snow corps. So just because I developed for them, there's a little piece of everything where I've been on me, and then the uh, bandana on top of me, the durag, if you will, um, is the for a One Piece tribute for one of my favorite animes.
Amazing. I'll go to you, Bug.
All right. So my fit here, my shirt, this Hawaiian shirt here, I borrowed from a good friend here in Sea Military named Admiral Whom. You might know him. Pretty good guy. My pants, the Trident Tribune pants. Got to rep Trident Tribune somehow. And then on my shoulder, I got my Shumama plushie doll. You can get that in the Navy Sim store. It's a great addition to any outfit.
Link in the description.
And last one is Lambo.
Right. So I wear this uniform because it's probably the only, well, half decent uniform I possess. Created by a very old, I think, well-known uniform artist back in 2021 when I was first founding the division. The demon accessory I wear, I don't know. I've never really bothered changing it because I'm not a big fan of spending all my money on Roblox. Yeah. Anyway, that's it.
Cool. Amazing. All right, next question.
I'll shoot one off. This one's more for the audience to kind of relate with you guys, per se. Maybe they were there too, type of thing. So the question is, what kind of sea event were you a part of that was really memorable and that you really enjoyed? And this could be an OG event, this could be something recent, but kind of explain what that event was and like why you thought it was fun. So Jake, go ahead.
You please repeat the question.
So what was your or we could just have Rainbow go. So what was your favorite event or memorable event in C that you attended? This could be like an OG event from back in the day, or it could be a recent one, but maybe something to relate to the audience with because they might have been there too, to your voters.
Oh,
I can have
okay.
Jake or you to Bug go, and then Jake, you can pick up that.
All right. I have two that come to mind at first. The first one would be just Old Sea. I don't know if any of you were there, recruiting on Group Recruiting Plaza. That was always an experience, especially getting the group band. That was pretty fun. Then just a newer one is just recently one of our highest like rally counts ever when Shumama was leading a raid. Anytime you can get one of our marshals or our leaders to lead a raid, it's always a fun experience.
All right, Lambo. Any event that comes to mind?
Personally, I don't remember every single event, fun or not, that I attended. Though the most recent one I hosted in the C server, probably it was a community event, and it was the closest thing to, well, a C victory that happened in a very long time. Because usually the pirates win by about 4,000 points. However, in this particular scenario, the C team only lost by 40 points, which I think is great. Well,
All right, Blade Master.
Okay, sorry. The most memorable event for me in C. You guys, I don't know if you guys were there. It was not that long ago, but it was the Empire Clash versus C. We made like this amazing plan, right? Amazing plan for the Empire Clash event, raiding on their base, right? Their new map, and it was to absolutely like use chemical warfare on one of our cities, put like all the rats and diseases in one city and then hot in the other one. And we actually diseased a couple people, which was funny. But we absolutely lost. We got curb stomped, right? It was fun though. We enjoyed our time. It was laggy, but we enjoyed our time, right? Empire Clash was talking mad shit. We're like, whatever. Run it back on Trine 3. We run it back on Trine 3. We stomp them in 15 minutes, guys. They got so heated, so angry. You guys all performed so well. My God, it was so fun.
All right, Jake Atlantis.
I would say my most memorable thing I in C was basically all the raids. I don't really have one particular raid in mind other than a OG raid with Atlas. I don't know how many of you all were here for that, but
Without many. But
yeah, all the people that were here are now like either retired or gone, doing better things. But most of the marshals and everyone knows the Atlas times. But I would say most recently, I guess a raid would be probably the TNI raids. Those were pretty funny. Even though some of you guys were lagging, you guys all performed your best. But those were pretty cool to see the teamwork and also I would say also the GRP raid was pretty funny. Us getting all banned at the same time, being banned, and then us going back like another month later just to say thank you for your service and get banned again was pretty funny. Um, for that, I say that's it. That was pretty
Alright.
fun.
so good answers. Another Marshall want to take the stage or shoot?
I got some questions. I had a question, I guess. Like, sit in the chair. Oh, it's so laggy. It's laggy, like try it one. Okay. Anyways, so my next question is: a lot of you guys mentioned "quote unquote" old C, and how C culture was a bit different. So one of the struggles we have at such a big group with over 1 million people is sometimes it's hard to get new players to feel welcome or to feel like that they can have fun or fit in when there's so many people already. So as a marshal, what would you do to help new members get involved in the group and feel like they can fit in? We'll start with Lambo.
Well, the best way to fit in and see when you first join is, of course, to join a division. And what I do as Marshal is I direct people to, well, a division based on what they enjoy in Navy Sim to, well, a certain division. And I want to direct them to a very big division because they're likely not to be noticed there. So I also direct them to a smaller division, and that would also help that smaller division grow.
We'll change the order. We'll go to you, Bug, next.
All right, so just as Lambo was just saying, at divisions there's a lot of people in C, but there's also a lot of divisions too. So that means there's probably a division for everyone. And just directing them to a random small division might not be the way to go. Sometimes there might not be any division in C. So something that I could see doing is making it easier or guiding them the way into creating their own division. That way they can create a place that's for them and that they will feel welcome and thrive in C.
Amazing. And Jay.
All right, so not to like copy what they're saying, they have exceptional answers. It's just going to be all around the same thing. I would also direct them to smaller divisions. I would direct them to divisions that are just starting out on like the lower ELO score of the documents that we have. I wouldn't obviously direct them to Somalia per se because there's such a big group that they might not be noticed as much, but and then also I would also direct them towards. I would also host game nights for these new incoming players. I want to also bring back um, C based hollow trainings, so that not only are they doing trainings within Navy Sim, but also trainings in our combat trainings in our old hollow facility. Not the old one, but the most recent one.
Amazing. And then Blade.
So to fit in the community, honestly, I'd recommend first just playing Navy Sim. Just play with a friend, just chill, relax. Don't worry about divisions. Don't worry about like getting into the group super hard. Don't worry about committing like really early on. That's what I did. I'll actually post it in general. I was just having this is just an example of me and my friends having fun. We're just screwing around on a Corvette, driving around. We're just enjoying the game for itself, right? And then secondly, start attending the weekly rallies. That's how we usually get people in, is from the game passes. So just attend the rallies, see if you enjoy it. If you don't, you don't. But if you enjoy it, you do. And I'd say the very first person that sticks out to you as a leader, you follow them all the way through. For me, it was Sergeant Cranberry. He came up to all these people were trying to recruit me. I was like, no, I don't want to join division. Sergeant walks up to me. He says, hey, you want to join Somalia? I'm like, no, thank you. And he says, okay, and walks away. Doesn't beg me, doesn't ask me for anything. I'm like, damn, I should follow that guy. And that's how I got into Somalia. So just the very first person you see that sticks out to you and you want to be around and be friends with, go with them. Follow them around. It doesn't hurt anyone.
Amazing. I'm gonna jump out of my seat for anyone else. I'm trying to jump out of the seat. All right.
I gotta lag over there too. All right. Listen, we've been very. You guys have been very polite this fight night, which I appreciate. But
Oh, God.
it's fight night, right? Where is the fight? So here's my question to you. All right,
Give me a
I'm gonna
gun.
go from left to right, and each of you are gonna have to tell me who the worst candidate is for this year's Marshal election. Pick one person, one of your competitors, and give their worst attributes. And this person who's being criticized from another Marshal candidate can rebuke these. Let's get a bit more debate going on here, not just one by one by one. All right. So we're starting off with Jake. Jake, who is the worst candidate?
I would say the worst candidate here is probably Udabug. All right. And my reason for picking Udabug is he does a lot of sideline stuff, which is amazing, but he's not involved in the group as much as these other people are. You know, Lambo's European. Obviously, he is taking the front on a different time zone. You know, he is like I said, on a different time zone. I'll go back to Udabug. But Udabug, I feel like does a lot of side stuff, doesn't involve himself in the community, and I don't really see him as much in rallies or raids for that matter.
You can defend yourself.
Okay.
I'm allowed to rebuttal right away.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. No. You've been
Okay.
allowed this entire Marshal debate. No one's talking back. You guys can
You
yell
can
at
be
each other.
you can be
Fight
like
night.
Trump. You could just like interrupt them and then
No,
start.
wrong. Yeah, go.
All right. Yes. Yes. In recent times, I have not been to the rallies as much as some other candidates have been.
I'm one here.
But that just means I actually touch grass, unlike a few of our other candidates. And as you might not see me right on the front lines, I do do a lot of sideline and behind the scenes work, making sure divisions run smoothly and moderation and in-game stuff goes as smooth as it can be.
Can I butt in real quick too?
Yeah.
So are you saying like just attending the rallies? If you attend rallies, you don't touch grass, or like what is define touch grass? Like, what do you mean?
Well,
Because some of us have
I'm
time for rallies. Just saying.
I'm not even meaning just because you attend every rally doesn't mean you don't touch grass. I'm just meaning other people have accused me in the recent time since the debate has started that I don't touch grass because they've seen me do other things other than Navy Sim. There's life outside Navy Sim, and I think everyone should understand that as well.
Another thing, what's Maple County?
Maple County was a
Why are you on it for
game
12 hours a day?
12 hours a day. I don't think I was ever on it for 12 hours a day.
Oh, what is Maple County, Upug? What is that?
So,
I heard you
Maple
get paid for
County.
being on there.
So like
You-
Me.
it was 12 hours one day.
It was 12 hours one day. Was it timed?
AJ is the wiki, so everything that AJ says is true.
AJ, can we get a fact check?
So,
Bro, that was fact checked.
Fact checked by AJ.
AJ's
Fact
our
checked by AJ.
information- He's our
Okay.
analyst, all right? He's running the algorithms right now. He's making sure that this is true. So.
All right. So for part of my main career job, what I do is I sit on airplanes for a long time, and part of that I was getting paid 300 Robux an hour to moderate for a bit for someone's server. So
Moderate.
that's what I was doing. That's
Wait,
pretty
you're
much
getting
just
paid?
banning all these exploiters that were joining. That's pretty much it.
$4 an hour. 300 Robux is $4 an hour.
Yeah, they were paying me a lot of Robux just for like a week,
300?
week and a half to just get a bunch of exploiters out until they could
Okay.
get a moderation
So,
team.
so let's keep this going. So is that your defense on why you were? What was the original thing Jake said?
He just said the original thing was saying that I am not on Navy Sim or in C or in rallies as much.
Okay, and your reasoning behind not being there is because you're getting paid 300 Robux an hour to moderate Maple County.
No, my reasoning
So
for
are
not
you
being there has
saying you're
been that I've been.
prioritizing? Are you prioritizing another group, over C
You had time
military
for a
for
group,
this?
but not us?
Yeah.
No, not necessarily that. The reason I don't attend rallies is because every single Saturday I have meetings with my work at exactly just before the rally start, so I'm
Okay,
not
that's
able to
fair.
attend rallies.
That's fair, yeah.
I just got some confirmation that you bug apparently was taking shifts on Venture Roleplay and he had to meet a quota of hours in 30 minutes. Is this true?
That is not true. That is incorrect. That can be fact checked.
This was brought just this week with photo evidence being fact checked.
Or was it
I
AJ
do-
auto fact checked?
It was a Discord bot fact checked.
All right,
Discord
okay,
bot fact checked.
Okay, well we
Yeah,
can't go
that's
back.
fine.
We can't go back and forth like this. We're gonna move on to the next person. Who's that? Blade.
Yeah, what's
Blade.
up?
Who's the worst candidate,
You bug.
and why are they the worst? Okay. would you like to elaborate on that? Would you like to elaborate? Why would be
You
the worst
bug.
candidate?
What happened to event committee and tier list? You led 3 departments. Raid department, which was fine, right? But what happened to tier list and event committee?
Event committee was not actually ever the problem. Event committee was
Then why did
going
it shut down?
strong. Event committee did not shut down until after I was taken out of leadership. Event committee was going strong. I was moved out of event committee into tier list in an attempt to try to save the dying department of tier list, which was already screwed from the beginning from the previous leader.
May I comment?
Lambo. I know you're European and you guys are more polite, but this is fight night, so you fight.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying in support of Utebug. It wasn't the best department. There wasn't much to do to save it. So yeah.
All right. Let's see. What's another
Am I
thing?
too quiet? Sorry.
Pull this up. No, I already brought it up, the Maple County shit, bro. You had no, just to
Just
go on one more
roll.
time. You didn't have time for C, right? Okay, let's just say that the rallies is fine, right? You bad timing, right? But you spent days, not days, but rather you just spent multiple days in a row on Maple County for hours at a time for $4 an hour, $3 an hour. Someone's tracking me. Bro, bro.
Yes, you can say that for that short time, yes, I was on it for more than C. However, I don't think a week and a half should be compared to my past
You were not on it
4
for
to
a week
5
and a half,
years.
bro. You were not on
C.
it for a week and a half.
Hold on. Your time is worth half the minimum federal wage. I
What?
just want to ask, if you're getting paid $4 an hour, it's half minimum federal wage. Why do you value
Again,
yourself so much?
I was never doing it for money. I was just doing it for some Robux on the side because I have a regular job.
All right.
Isn't Robux a
covered
form
this
of currency?
We've
can
covered
move
this. The
on.
facts are out there. All right. We know Oot spends 18 hours a day on this game, but that's all right. Okay. We don't judge here at C Military. Our next is what? Lambo. Who's the
Yeah.
worst? Who's the worst possible option? And you did say you were being quiet earlier. You're not quiet. You're just very monotone. So get a little
Oh,
more
all right.
energy.
Sorry.
Go down the pub or something. So
Um,
who's the worst option?
I would have to say Jake, and only because I have not seen him as much as Uterberg or Dawson. I'm not saying he hasn't been active and isn't an important part of the community. I'm just saying that I haven't seen him as much as Blade and Uterberg. That's all.
A rebuttal to this, I would say, I'm putting my efforts towards my development, so like career wise, so that I'm also working with Blender, so I'm learning that. So, also I live in the uh, Pacific time zone, so for rallies, I'm usually at the 1 a.m. rallies every so often. But I am hosting trainings for sea lion or tryouts for sea lions when I can because I'm also a busy man. I get paid as well for not only snowcore, but I also have an IRL job that I attend as well, and sometimes I am not allowed to go to these 1 p.m. training 1 p.m. Uh, rallies just because I live in a 3 hour gap than my Eastern people. So that's my main reason why I don't show up to these rallies.
You said you're PST? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
wild. It would be like what, like 10 a.m. for you?
yeah.
weekend?
I would be at 10 a.m. and usually I'm at either the gym or I'm at work
Yeah,
those
that's fair enough.
times.
I have no further comment.
All right. Anyone?
No, I do not live in Cali.
Ubug has to say his worst candidate.
So poor Oot here, who's been at the bottom of the dog pile. Did he leave?
He's still here.
He's not in the stage.
Kicked off stage. Oh
What
shit.
happened?
Oh, bring him back up. He got kicked off stage by someone.
Oh my
dog
god,
pile
who's
man.
trolling? Who's
Dog pile.
trolling?
No. Oh wait, we have permission, so I think he left to try to fix his connection because my connection was
Oh.
terrible.
Okay.
There he is. Hold on.
Dim the lights for
There
a
we go.
second. We gotta take a short. Oh, here he is. Never mind. All right, Oot, you here, buddy?
Yeah,
He's
I'm
back.
here. My
Alright.
worst candidate, I would probably say, would be Jake. And Jake is a good person overall. I have nothing against Jake other than the same reasons that Lambo has said before. And yes, he did have reasons for it, and everybody does. But it's just the inactivity and not being able to do as much in C or departments or anything like that as other candidates are.
Although I'm have my priorities towards something else, furthering my careers and stuff. At least I'm not spending it with another group. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh. Dang. Okay. Crowd, please give it up for our Marshal candidates. They all defended their own points. Yeah. They'll criticize each other. Bring a little more entertainment to the show here. I'm gonna let my other marshals ask another question while I think of another argumentative question. Oh, my
So laggy. Oh my god.
Yeah, I couldn't really join because it was just so
hurt,
yeah.
laggy.
I'm hurt.
Chance
Yeah, if
rejoin, you go
you
back to
join, it
80.
fixes it. All right. Anyways, I have a question to put my off a bit combative. So if you feel if you want to interject at all, feel free. Or if you feel like someone has a bad explanation, feel free. But this is directed towards Jake specifically. So as many of you know, C does not have a good history with clans. We very much don't like them for the most part of what they stand for. A lot of times clans are toxic. They spam the N word. They have exploiters, and they're just not a safe environment for C members. But Jake, since you're active in a clan and you do more stuff with clans, make an argument for why C should do more things with clans, and the other candidates feel free to interject and agree or disagree with what Jake has to say.
All right. So with clans, I've come to realize obviously there's going to be bottom of the barrel people. I believe there's bottom of the barrel people anywhere you go. There's always going to be those degens that we all hate. I believe to combat this, Snowcore has in place a blacklist of sorts. And I want to bring, not like copy their system, but like I want to imitate their system with C military. So what they have going on is for alt accounts, we have an alt checker that only high command uses. So I want to bring that over the sea. It'll be a lot easier, not only making Navy Sim a safer place, but our whole community as a whole. And I would also bring over I don't want to bring like any like planners over, but I have a pretty good sense in what we expect in C military, and I also am keeping up those standards too.
Interesting. Because any other candidate have an argument for or against us doing more stuff with clans?
So that alt checker, how does it like exactly work? Or it can only
So-
high com access it?
It's only high com access.
Like how?
Um,
what was your idea for it?
From
like, being able
from
to
what
do
I've heard, just like how Steam does their, not like alt checker, but like way of banning people. It's capable of getting hardware serial numbers and notifying a certain group of people of who has this hardware, and bans them from the system.
Hold on, I have a conviction. So as far as I know, from the development standpoint, that's not possible.
I
What
was-
are they doing to get the?
Can you repeat that? I didn't quite hear you.
From a development standpoint, as far as I know, it's impossible to get hardware information unless they're
I don't know.
running on some third-party software. How are they doing that?
I have no idea. Just because I don't like, I'm not on the scripting side of it.
Right. Do you
But
think there is a yapping?
Huh?
Do you think there is a yapping?
I don't think so, because I've seen snippets of the alt checker myself and its code, but I haven't like obviously been with the code itself.
See,
I wouldn't know what I would be looking at, but I know there's a system in place where we can check alts, and we can ban them from all of our bases just because of that.
So you're saying
gotcha.
it manages to track the ults, but it doesn't actually automatically process the ults. Is that correct?
Yeah,
So
it
you can
tracks
go
them.
in,
It sees where other people have logged in. Yeah.
have logged in with that hardware, but you have to go in and manually ban
All right.
them.
Yeah. Okay, we can move on. Does anyone else have arguments regarding us doing stuff with plans?
I'll say this. This all
I don't want to.
did
I don't
start-
want to go like too deep into it because it's like snow course system and like I don't want to like expose anything of what they do and how they do it, just so it keeps snow core in its integrity. But
Yeah, I understand.
we're not like using it for malicious activity or anything. It's all strictly if you're cheating. Obviously we're gonna ban you because we don't like cheaters. But we also have other systems in place for this as well.
Okay.
We also
Cool.
take in outside sources as well.
So, anyone else with stuff regarding clans before I wrap up this question?
I just want to say this. If you want to talk, Blake, you can.
Okay. All right. So are we talking like specifically clans or just groups
Are you
overall?
doing things with clans? Yeah.
Specifically clans. I feel like we should stay away from certain clans, definitely, because there are some clans that are pretty bad out there. But for the most part, the smaller clans with like only 100, 200, 300 people that are usually under like the thousands of people, they're usually okay to work with. They're very cooperative and they're very non-toxic. An example of this is Republic of Arius, and we've worked with them multiple times before. So I feel like we shouldn't just straight up go like fuck all clans, but we should work with specific clans and their allies instead of just removing all of them.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. But with from what I've seen, nowadays clans also are. I'm not saying all low member clans are bad, but there are some low member clans out there that are like a friend group or anything that have doxed people in the past. But I don't know if there's this whole situation with other clans, low member clans, for being degenerates and all around bad people. But I agree, we shouldn't like delete clans altogether just because that's what, in my opinion, C has been founded on. That's where we started. I don't think we should forget those roots. But obviously, we should keep a relationship with certain clans that we idolize in that world.
Cool.
That is all.
That's kind of what I wanted to say on this topic. We did kind of start this whole thing simply because we hated TPS. And, we shouldn't forget that. But if we do want to reintroduce clanning as part of events here, I think we should go slow with it.
I believe we should
That's what
focus
I have to say.
FPS clans more, like FPS groups,
No
FPS
matter what type
communities.
of clan it is, it
They
should
exist.
stop because we
They
started this
exist,
genre.
yeah,
We
but
started this shit.
they use ACS systems.
Mhm.
And
I
ACS is
just-
dog water.
Yeah,
ACS is
they're
what
like they're the Rainbow Six Siege version of FPS.
I just recommend
Right,
to start.
I die as a question.
Well, I do also want to chime in with the clan thing. I personally liked us facing other clans, such as Third Nubic, and I forget the group's name, but the shirt that Jake's wearing comes from that group we raided. We had like a mini war with them. That was a fun clan to fight with, and Third Nubic. Those were both like memorable groups we fought with, especially with their technology and seeing what they had. I feel like it helped us not only develop more for C for what we had in our raid maps, but also just gave us an opportunity to interact with more tech, and I really did enjoy that. But I'm gonna start with the Lambo for this one. So ever since the last Marshal election, for the past 250,000 people, how do you feel like C has developed since the last Marshal election?
One thing, this rally, the average rally count has definitely increased, as well as, but one of the funny things is that I think ever since the 500,000 member elections, the Discord server size has not increased by that much because warrant officers or MRs don't really have a reason to join the server anymore since everything's done manually. Definitely moderation wise, or we had to do a lot more compared to when I was last mod manager. think that's all. Unless you want me to answer a bit more specifically.
No, that's all right. Going on to you, Bug. How do you feel like C has grown and changed, like the ups and downs since the last Marshall election?
Well, since the last Marshall election, the division systems have been redone and changed and tweaked. And I think all these tweaks have been necessary and things that have helped C grow for the better, as each Marshall candidate has brung different things and strategies that have helped C in different ways.
Alrighty, moving on to Jake.
Just to piggyback off of what he said, the divisions have gone through quite a big reform. Going, I think that no, it wasn't this one. I would also say, I think the divisions have grown a lot, but the I don't really have a say on the topic actually, but I think the divisions have grown tremendously in our development status too.
Alrighty, now moving on to Dawson.
How do I think C has changed since the last Marshall elections?
What do you
First,
think
like
the ups and downs have been?
ups and downs. The ups was definitely making the division system, the division reform, a lot better overall. There's no competitive or casual. It's just one format. The only downside was the XP was super grindy, and if you look in general right now, I actually proposed a change to that level rework. I changed a rework to it, and we actually got the reform through. It's not exactly like the proposed, which is the first document, but the second document in general is what happened, and it has been easier to get ranks, and there is more officer slots in the higher end, like the HR2, HR3, HC1. Another thing that's changed was obviously on Navy Sim, the guns got different, a lot more variety with guns, a lot more leveling up. But speaking of Navy Sim, the downside has been everyone knows the recruitment hasn't been as good. There's not a lot of new people coming into Navy Sim. There's still a high player count compared to previous times, but the recruitment has been getting a lot worse, and we haven't been able to turn out new people into the community. So that's a major downside we need to fix now.
Alrighty, I'll open up to more Marshall questions.
Yeah, okay. All right. I have a question for all of you. This is relating to if you get the Marshal position, what would you actually use the rank for? Because obviously with Marshal, you have more power to like make larger suggestions and open them up to discussion rather than the power of like an HC3, which is mainly just focusing on their division. Marshals focus on the whole of C. What would you do with your power as Marshal? Like, is there anything that you would want to open for discussion? Is there any like policies you would want to try to make? So we'll start with Jake.
Um, Going back to what I said earlier, I want to reform our relationships with clans. I don't want to completely throw clans out the window. Obviously, there's bad clans and good clans. I want to be the bridge between our group, and other clans. I love the relationship we had with Snowcore. I think it was a great, not just a promotional stunt, but like a community thing we did. I think our community grew a little bit from it, and I think extending our group out to other clans, I feel we would also boost our member count, and we might even get new players that are just might think FPS or TPS isn't their thing, and I want to be that bridge between two entirely separate worlds.
We'll jump to. We're gonna go a little bit off course. We'll jump to Lambo in the middle.
Lembo just messaged me. He has to go AFK for
Oh,
a little
okay.
bit. He has a little emergency.
We'll go to Utabug then.
All right. What was the question again?
Are there any like policies or things you would want to add to see with the power of Marshall? Because like with Marshall, you're mainly like overseeing like the whole group, not just focusing specifically on your divisions.
Yeah, so what I've seen is spending a lot of time in Navy Simulator. A lot of the lower ranks that don't want to get involved with divisions have a hard time um, finding stuff to do in game outside of the just regular ship to ship combat. A lot of it can have to do with not being able to earn enough money for ships and other things. I was trying to propose different plans in order to bring more in-game events to people who are just in the Navy Simulator game itself, giving them more opportunities to earn cash through participating in more fun events that they can um, help the group and the game grow.
And Dawson, because Lambo's probably still AFK.
Sorry, first thing, Bug, what do you mean by more events in game for cash? Like, do you mean scripted events or do you mean admin events?
It could be either one. It could be more just in-game admin events hosted by a Marshal or some of the in-game admins in order to just bring something unique that is not regular part of the regular game. Some other things might just be also some more scripted events instead of just like the oil rig and um, the cargo ship one. We can get a few more in-game updates going to find more ways to earn money.
Would you be willing to script these events, the scripted events?
I myself, I'm not a trained scripter, but I would be willing to help the development process in any way I could.
But you can't script.
But no, I cannot script.
All right. Okay, so for me, this is moving to my topic, right? So what would I do with my powers, Marshal? First thing, let's be real. The warnings are kind of stupid. Some of them, like channel misuse, are absolutely like
Hey!
dumb. Channel
Hey!
misuse is the
Get
worst
off that
warning
building!
ever. Hey, what the hell?
Get down! Get down! Back to shooter!
Dude,
There goes
alrighty,
Koala.
guys.
Oh my
He's out
god.
of here.
Anyways,
I don't know how he got on the stage, but I'm glad we had a security detail on scene to stop him before he tackled one of the
Yeah.
contestants or the candidates.
Yeah, thank you to Chess for the security.
Just
Appreciate
saved
it. You're
lives.
more active than the Secret Service.
That response time, though, man. That
It is.
response time.
I know. Anyways, moving on.
all right. So for me, the warnings are kind of dumb. I feel like we should add some sort of way to appeal them, like a ticket system in a separate server where the mods can review it, look at the warning, and then see if it's been like long enough to remove the warning. Because warnings, remember, are permanent. You can't get rid of that shit. Once it's on there, you're just kind of cooked with it. Bringing back mutes would be a lot better for the smaller ones. Again, like channel misuse, spam, that type of thing. And another thing which Jake mentioned was connecting more of outside groups. It'd be great to work with Third Nubic more because we had extra times with them. Their bases actually work now and don't lag the crap. What else was there? All right. Well, I brought out in the beginning that crusade against border games. My fellas, again, this is a way to solve the recruitment issue and also help grow your division more. Boys, my boys, we gotta raid other border groups. We gotta recruit from their bases, bro. From their groups, we gotta recruit from them. Steal their members, not steal, but you get the idea. We should raid and work with other border game groups more. And if you guys, get quite a few raids up, like 10 raids per week for all the entirety of C, by the way. So like, let's say one division gets 3, one division gets 2, that type of thing. Whoever gets the most wins, or whoever does the most will get XP. It'll be great time. And yeah, let's do it, boys.
Sweet. Lambo, you back yet? All right. I guess we'll skip him on this one. Any other marshals plus Shumama?
I can't tell if Shu's thinking or if there's a car in the background.
That's his VA in his head right now.
We can wrap it up because it's been about
That's
an
Shu
hour.
Mama's Ferrari in the background.
I also want to add
Let's
one
go
more thing to
for it.
that question, if you
Yeah,
don't
go
mind.
for it.
Mhm.
I also want to bring back Shaheen. I think Shaheen did an exceptional job with C moderation in chat. All he did was interact with chat, Probably not bring him back as a Marshal, obviously, but I think adding him back to the C moderation team would be amazing. I love the idea of Shark Week. Many of you guys have heard of Shark Week, but I think Shark Week was an important time in the community. Reminded everyone of their place and like their boundaries, not to overstep them.
Hmm.
All right.
That's the point, AJ.
Okay.
Do we want any like?
Any other questions?
Yeah, since we're
Yeah,
wrapping
one
up.
more.
Do we
Yeah.
wanna-
Yeah,
We can wrap up.
but
All right. If anybody has any like final goes that you wanna
Remarks.
show the audience or tell the audience, then go for it. So whoever wants to talk.
Anyone want to go first? Fuck it, I'll go first then. All right. My
Anything
fellas,
that you want to say that we didn't ask, basically.
didn't say that we didn't you didn't ask?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a question, right? I can just say like
No,
whatever.
You can
Okay.
just say it.
My fellas, look at all these candidates next to me. Look at all of them, and type in from their names rally in announcements and see how many rallies they hosted, and then check how many rallies I hosted, boys. I've been around for so goddamn long. Well, not too long, but I've been around hosting rallies, boys. Come on, you know who to vote for.
I got a question for Blade.
Yeah.
If that's all right.
Yeah.
So some people don't necessarily like attending the weekly rallies. Is there any other events or other things you might have in mind that could kind of help those other members that don't want to attend the rallies?
Like again, I said the border raid games we should do. We could also raid with other groups as both a group or a division. Like divisions can raid on their own, or we as a group raid those border groups. Because of the limitations of what can be in the rally event, it needs to host like all of our members, and we get 300 players. It's kind of hard. But I feel like maybe one of the rallies we could do like a little invasion where we all hit different bases at once, and I feel like that would be a fun event.
Yeah, thanks. I agree.
All right. Cool. Anything else? Going once? Going twice? Sold. All right. We're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you everybody for coming. Shu, I don't know if you want to say some words before we wrap it up.
yeah, sure. So basically,
Oh my God.
oh,
What the hell? Get down, come on!
All right, we're good. Good job, Jess.
People are going crazy. We gotta lock it down. We gotta lock it down.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up here. The riots are getting out of hand.
we can lock it down.
We're gonna get him out of here.
The police supporters are crazy. They're going crazy.
Just so you guys know, the Marshal position was started a long time ago, and it basically was created as a way to have other people like have the same authority as me in the group. So it's a very important position to make sure you take your votes for the election seriously. I'm going to post the election. Should I post the election now or after you edit the video?
Probably after I edit. It shouldn't
Alright.
even really need much editing because the camera pans
Yeah.
do it for you, so
Yeah.
should be out soon.
I'll post the election after the video, and you'll get to vote for one candidate. It will be in a place. You will have to be LR1 or higher to vote. That's just a security measure to prevent people from spamming alts to vote. So make sure you're LR1 and higher to vote, and I look forward to seeing who wins. May the best candidate win. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for attending the debate, and see you.
Hey!
Alright,
Yo, my supporters protecting me! Agents chasing me! Help! 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 Help!